Welcome to MJ Hobby Corner, everyone. This is another MJ Hobby Corner game. And today I'll be playing The Darkness Within. This is a one-page rules Age of Fantasy campaign. It's a narrative campaign. It's one of the expansions for OPR. So today I'm going to give this game a go, and I am playing solo. Keep in mind that this game recommends a table size of about 6 feet by 4 feet. I'm not doing that. That is for two-player game, and two players can easily play on that table size with larger armies, etc. The recommended points value is 750. I definitely don't have anywhere near that. I'm playing more of a skirmish solo game using the rules and the scenarios. Okay, so the first scenario is, so the objective to this game is that Misha, my champion, is going to have to escape the courtyard through the gatehouse there out into the other side, which is basically a safe zone, and I've marked it on that side. Okay, so basically she has to pass through the walls, through the castle walls, and onto the other side, and the game lasts 4 rounds. So she has to do that in 4 rounds. If she's not there, the humans do not win. I do not win. I will be playing the humans, and the AI will be played by the vampiric undead. Okay, so let's go over the enemies first and then go over my forces. Okay, so vampiric undead, we have 3 skellies with hand weapons. We have a skeleton guardian who has a little bit better quality and armor, and that's the guy in the front there. We have Vladimir the necromancer, who is a vampire. And we have four zombies, and those are my zombies. Okay, so basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units on the enemy side, and these are 2 separate units. However, whenever you're playing solo and you're playing with the AI, you have to separate your guys, your enemies, into 3 groupings. So this grouping has 2 units, and the rest have 1 each. Okay, and then on the hero's side, we have Igor with the pistol and the sword there. Okay, there's Igor, and we have 3 infantrymen on his side. Okay, and then for my champion, I have Misha in the red, and I have 3 marksmen, okay, archers. And I have 1 great swordsman. Okay, so 2-handed swordsman there. So I have 1, 2, 3 units on this side, 1, 2 units on that side, since Igor is an individual unit. Okay, so basically those are the 2 sides. So Misha has to get to the other side, go through that door, out into the safe zone. And so basically she is the objective. There's no objective markers on this board, meaning that the AI is going to move towards her. I'm going to be considering her as if she were an objective marker that moves around for purposes of the AI. Okay, so this way when I answer the AI questions, whether there's an objective in line of sight, etc., she's the one that I will be sighting on, okay? And so that's how that's going to work. And basically here is the board. It's inside a castle. The only other thing is that this is Zone A, marked by the gatehouse. And this wall of buildings here is Zone B, okay? So Zone A and Zone B, Misha deploys on Zone B, and Igor deploys on Zone A, and the undead deploy anywhere else that's not within those 2 zones. Also, the undead cannot exit the castle walls. Okay, so that's important. All right, and then I have all of my stats and all my little rule things, and I will be using, for the AI, the decision tree that I will be using is melee. That is the decision tree that I will be using. There's only 3 questions for it, nice and easy. And this should be a nice and easy first game. Okay, so round 1, let's get this game started. First things first, which is 12 inches. Puts her very close to those skellies, but she's going to try to do a beeline for the gatehouse there. So there she is. I gave her a rush from her point in the stairs over here. And now we'll move an undead unit. Okay, next I'm going to roll a d3, see which group moves. It is a 1. And so that means that it's this little group here. So there are 2 units here. So the first one to move is going to be the skeleton guardsmen. Now, skellies are slow. And Misha's down here, but they are facing the infantrymen. So they're going to move towards the infantrymen. Now that is 7 inches away, so yes, he can charge. And he charges in to the infantryman. It's a very easy melee tree. She is the objective in this case, but since they're facing the infantrymen, they're going to go for the first unit, which is them. And he only rolls 1 die. And he's a quality 4. And he rolled a 1, so that is a miss. All right, so infantry, he rolls a 1, that's a miss. Now the infantrymen are going to retaliate. They each get, let's see, I think it's a 1. Yes. Hand weapon A1, which means they get 3 dice. It's 1 weapon per guy. So 3 dice, and they roll 5s. They're going to retaliate. And they rolled a 5 and a 6, which is 2 hits. Boy, that brave Skelly is going to be taken out. All right, so 2 hits on him. And so he has to roll, let's see, 4s. He's a good quality Skelly. So 1 hit goes through. Okay, and since he's a single model, he rolls 6-sided dice to see what happens with that wound. So 2 to 5, he is stunned. 6 or over, he's knocked out, and he has 1 wound. So we're going to add that 1 to the roll. He rolled a 1, and a 1 is a 2, so he is stunned. In addition, we're going to push him back an inch. He is stunned, so we will have to mark him. All right, so we put our little yellow marker there. Actually, I'm just going to, I don't mind, I'm going to put him down. So he is stunned. I didn't think undead could get stunned, but apparently they can. So we're just going to leave him down. And that is that. Now, the next time the infantrymen attack, for whatever reason, they're going to attack on 6s and not their normal 5. All right, because they retaliated. Okay, so that is that. Let me mark the Skelly, and the activation now goes to one of my guys. So now I'm going to move the Great Swordsman because I want him close to Misha. And I'm going to give him a charge order, which puts him right here. Okay. And that's going to put him right next to Misha, and that's what I want. So Great Swordsman comes to be close to her, and now the next ones to move are these skellies here. Okay. They're going to continue because they're skellies. They're just going to continue with whoever's in front of them, which is the infantrymen. And yes, they can charge. They are slow, so they charge at 8 inches. So they're going to hopscotch over their comrade. And they're going to just attack the enemy unit. Now, skellies are A1. hand weapon A1, so they get 3 dice because there's 3 of them. So skellies are fighting the infantrymen now. There's 3 of them, so they're going to roll 3 dice. Now they hit on 5s. Their quality is not that good as expected. They are skellies. They roll a 1, a 2, and a 2. What a horrible roll. Okay, well, that's great. Now, my guys have the option of retaliating, but if they do, they retaliate on 6s. So, why not? And look at that roll. I got 1 hit. So, let's see. Skellies. 5 defense, and he blocks it. Damn it. All right. Well, my guys still have to go. And I think I'm going to give it to the infantrymen again since that battle is going on. And let me activate the skellies with a gem. And I'm going to activate the infantrymen. They are going to strike. They take 3 dice, but they hit on 6s because, again, they've been acting. They've been, activating, so... Alright, so no go. They're getting tired. Getting fatigued. So that's it for that on the infantrymen. And now that first little cluster of units is done, we have Vlad and we have the zombies. So we're going to take a d6, roll the 3, and it's Vlad. Now, Vlad is a little smarter than the skellies, and he's going to be looking around, and he notices that Misha, who's the objective, is, moving around, is moving near his flank, and she's trying to escape. So he's going to go for Misha for sure. Now, there's a great swordsman there, and he knows that he might not want to engage. Let's see. See what he's got. He's got tough 3. He's an undead. He's a wizard 2. Ooh, he's wizard 2. And he has hand weapon A1. He is also a hero. Now, he has some pretty good spells, too. So, I think Vlad is going to move towards Misha. And then he's going to cast a spell. Sorcerers in the AI, wizards in the AI, always try to cast spells. So he's got normal movement. He's not slow. So he's just going to do a partial advance. Okay, and he can go over that thing without a problem. But I'm going to keep him there. Give him a little bit of cover there. And then he is 6 inches away from Misha. The spell that he does, Spectral Wind, which is the second spell on the list. Enemy within 12 inches takes 2 auto hits with AP2. That seems like the most sense against an enemy. So, 2 auto hits with AP2. That's not good. So, Misha is going to have to roll 4+. And yes, she blocks both. So, no go. She manages to evade the effects of that spell. And they were at AP2. Oh, wait, hold on. No, because that's AP2, which means she rolled a 4 and a 6. All right, so let's get this straight, because it's AP2, which means she gets -2 to each of those rolls. So this becomes a 2, and this becomes a 4. So basically, this hit is blocked, but not this one. So she takes a wound from Spectral Wind. Okay, so taking a wound, she's going to have to roll on the table and see what happens to her. So it's the roll +1 because of the wound. She rolls a 2, and +1 is 3, making her stunned. So she gets hit by magic, and it stuns her. I'm going to put her on her side. And, not a good thing for Misha. All right, so here in round 1, and Misha's already stunned. Okay, so before those zombies move, why don't we try to shoot at them? High for being marksman. All right, so a 3, a 2, and a 6. The 3 and the 2 are no go. The 6 hits. And let's see if the zombies defend. The zombies roll a 6. All right, so they're not that great. So they roll a 4, so 1 hit goes through, 1 zombie is down. Okay, so actually I'm going to take out one of the... Yeah, I'll take him out. The dude with the hat. Okay, so 1 zombie down. And now the zombies activate. They are the last one. I don't have to roll it. This little number goes with Vlad. Okay, so they're going to activate. And the closest unit to them is the archers. So they are going to move towards them. They are also slow. Okay, so charging. They go 8 inches. And then I have to complete by moving 3 inches forward. So I complete the charge. And now the zombies have charged. And they are attacking my dudes. The zombies attack. And they have 6s. They need 6s. 5, a 4, and a 2. So no go. My guys are going to retaliate. And they haven't attacked in melee yet, so they do get their quality. They don't use 6s this time. So they're going to retaliate, and they retaliate with a 5. No go. 4, a 2, and a 2. Both have been rolling terrible, so no go. All right, well, let's see what Igor does. So Igor is assessing the situation. His guys are fighting in front of him. So, and he sees Misha in the distance. So he is going after the skelly that is on the ground. He gets 3 dice, and he has quality 3. And that individual, that skelly, is on the ground. He is stunned. And so if I do hit him and he doesn't block, then that skelly is out of the picture. So let's see. I need 3s. I rolled 6, a 5, and a 2. So that is 3 hits. 2 hits, I'm sorry. 2 hits. Skelly has to roll a defense of 4. He rolls a 6, but fails 1. So 1 hit goes through, and that is enough to destroy him because he was stunned and on the ground. So 1 skelly down. All right, so for me, I'm going to take my marksmen, and they are in hand-to-hand combat with the zombies. So marksmen get 3 dice, and they have a very poor... They don't have a very good combat quality. They're a 5+. So let's just roll the white dice. And it looks like, here I am complaining, and it looks like I got 2 hits. 2 hits on the zombies. All right, so zombies will defend. They defend with 6s. And 1 hit goes through. Okay, so 1 is defended, 1 hit goes through. So another zombie is taken out. Blip. Okay, and 2 zombies left. Now, 1 more zombie goes. I'll have to check to see if the army's at half strength, but it's not. In this particular game, you don't roll a lot of morale, which is great. So you wait until the army is like at half or under strength. I'll have to check that. And then you can roll morale, and if the army routs, it routs. All right, you roll for each unit in the army. All right, so now it is the AI's turn. So now we're going to have to randomize it. Okay, so it is going to be a D3 again because there's 3 markers, 1, 2, and 3. So let's see what happens. So a 3, and that is Vlad. Okay. Is there an enemy in the way of an objective. And yes, there is. The great swordsman is in his way of Misha. So, yes. So charge enemy if possible, else rush towards the objective. So he's going to stay just a little bit past about an inch, a little bit less than an inch away. Okay, he can still attack the great swordsman, but now he's going to cast a spell. Because after moving, necromancers, sorcerers, wizards, whatever, they all get to cast a spell. So, he is level 2. Okay, so I rolled a 5 for the spell, plus his level, which gives me the very last spell on his list, which is Dance of Death. Friendly unit within 12 inches. Okay, so that one doesn't really make any sense because there's no friendly unit which hasn't charged. So we're going to go the next one up, which is Deadly Gaze. 5+. Enemy within 12 inches gets 1 hit at AP 4 and Deadly 3. Yeah. So, too bad for me. He is Wizard 2. He's going to roll the casting roll. Which, by the way, I forgot to do that last time. So he rolls a 4. And +2 is a 6. So, yes, he does it. Or 4 defense. He rolls a 3. And that's AP 4. So he can't do it anyway. So he takes 1 hit at Deadly 3. So 1 hit translates to 3. So 3 damage. Because you multiplied the Deadly 3 by the hit. So, come on, roll a 1. 3 and 3 is 6. He is knocked out. And that's the end of that. The great swordsman has been killed by Deadly Gaze. And that ends Vlad's move. He didn't even have to attack in melee. The spell did it, and he has a clear shot. He has a clear move next round towards Misha. So, ooh, and there's some thunder in the background. All right. We have a thunderstorm moving through. Okay, yeah, so that was that. Misha cannot move this turn. So, oh, wrong marker. Misha cannot move this turn. We're going to put all his little things there. So I'll do 1 through 3, the skellies go. 4 through 6, the zombies go. A 5. Zombies. So, basically now let's just consolidate. Alright. Okay, so zombies get 6 dice because they are A2 with their claws. And there's 3 of them. So they roll 6 dice. They get now 1 hit. Alright. Alright, and then I retaliate with 3 dice. Roll 6s. I did 2 hits. And now they have to block. So 2 hits, 6. No go. 2 zombies down. Okay, so they could retaliate. And I'm just going to give her a retaliatory strike. 1 and a 6. So that's one of her hits. Does strike back. And I defend. What is the marksman's defense? Is a 6. Nope. So 1 marksman goes down as well. Now it's my turn. I think I'm going to do my infantrymen. See if I can lower those skellies a little bit. They get 3 dice. They hit on 5s. Whoa. If you guys hear that, that is the rain. Okay, so the infantrymen have a quality of 5. So they're going to roll 6 and a 3. Okay, so 1 hit. And skellies defend. And I switched the dice on myself. Whoops. So skellies defend with a, looks like a 5. Yes. So skellies defends with a 5, and he rolls a 1, and no. No defense, so 1 skelly down. But now skellies do get to retaliate. They retaliate with both skellies. Okay, so that is 2 dice, because they are A1. And a 5 and a 4, so 1 hit. And I do have to roll. Okay. Nope. So 1 infantryman down. Yikes. Okay, so the last unit that I have to move, and that'll put that there. Now it's the Skelly's turn, actually, and then I can move Igor, and this round ends. So the Skellies are going to attack, and they have 2 dice apiece. Now they retaliated already, so they get a 6 this time. A 6 and a 3. Darn it. All right. So now I have to roll. My infantryman is a 5. So let's see if he can roll a block. He rolls a 6. Yes, he blocks. All right. And that covers the Skellies. All right, so now Igor. Now Igor has a dilemma because he could support his infantrymen, or here's Misha down on the ground. She's already wasted a lot of time, and Vlad is standing very close to her. So I think he's going to move towards Misha and grant her whatever support he can. So I'll give him an advance action so he can shoot his pistol. Let's see where his pistol has a 12-inch range. So I think I'm going to move him here. And that's an advance. And then there's nothing in the way, so he can fire. That's 6 inches away. So he's going to fire at Vlad. And that's 1 dice. AP1. Okay. So Vlad fires his pistol. He is a 3. Quality. Whoops. He rolls a 6. I'll re-roll that. Rolled a 5 because it hit the model. So he rolls a 5. He hits. And that is AP1. So Vlad rolls his defense. And Vladimir's defense is a 6. Wow. And that's AP1, so he's not going to be able to do it. So he takes a hit. Now, he is tough 3. So we'll put a little damage marker on him. So round 3, first things first, Misha's going to get up. And there's no action spent or anything like that. In this game, she just gets up and rushes 12 inches towards that exit. She rushes past Igor, and that is her activation. Okay, so she's right there and close to that exit. There we go. All right, it is now the AI's turn. All right, so round 3, the game is almost over. Let's see who gets to go. Of the undead, we have a 5. So let's see, 1 through 2, 3 to 4, 5 through 6 is the zombies. All right, so it goes to the zombie. There's only 1 zombie there. So let's see if we can eliminate that guy. All right. So first things first, zombie attacks. It has A2 for attack for its claws. And there are only 2 marksmen left that it has to contend with. So a 5 and a 3, it hits on 6s. So no go for the zombie. They're definitely the kind of unit that benefit from having 3 or more, because the more dice, the more sixes, chances you get of getting sixes. So the more chances of hits. So it misses, and my marksmen are going to retaliate. 1 dice apiece. I'm going to use the white dice. I'm going to move this little cart here so I can roll. And they retaliate, and this is their first time, so 5s. And yes, a 6 and a 5. Look at that. Okay, so very good. So 2 hits on the zombie. The zombie it is undead. It does not have regen, though. So, okay, so zombie takes 2 hits. It's going to have to roll on the table. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So it rolls a 4, meaning it is stunned. We separate it an inch, and it is now stunned. Okay, so I have a chance to really eliminate that dude. And I am going to take the chance to eliminate that dude right on this turn, because it is now my turn. And those marksmen see the stunned zombie, and they are gonna rush to him, and that's considered a charge. There, he's an inch away, so they can attack. They don't even have to move, because remember, with charging, you can be up to 2 inches away and still attack. So marksmen have 2 dice. This time, however, they're going to attack on 6s because they retaliated. So yeah, it's a little tougher, but come on, any hit, a 5, no, 5 and a 5, and they do not take him down. Oh, marksman. All right, well, it's okay because they retaliated and got him stunned. All right, so that's the end of that, and let me mark these guys. So these guys have gone. All right, so things are getting critical because this is almost the end of the game. And now we have to roll for another zombie. And if it's Vlad, he's going to do something pretty tricky. So we're going to do halves now. So 1 through 3, 4 to 6. And it is Vlad. So Vlad, in this game, he has the ability, he can bring back an undead unit that has been completely destroyed. So there is one undead unit that has been completely destroyed, and that is the guard, the skeleton guard. He was a unit of 1, okay? And so he doesn't have to roll, he doesn't have to do anything, just forgo his movement. And place him within 6 inches of him, and he's going to place him closest to the objective, which is Misha, and that's it. And so any unit that has been destroyed has the potential of coming back. So there is the guardsman. That sucks. All right, so Misha has a skelly behind her, and now we're going to mark Vlad as having moved, and that's it. And now one of my guys. Well, all of a sudden this skeleton comes out of the stones here, apart from a pile of bones. The skeleton just pops up, and Igor sees him right in front of him. So what am I going to do? Now, if he shoots his pistol, it's a 12-inch range AP1. But if he does his weapons, his hand weapon, his sword is A1, A3. So he gets 3 dice. So he has a chance of really, getting more dice, maybe hitting, maybe even taking him out. All right, so he's going to charge. And again, he doesn't have to be in base-to-base contact, but I'm just going to move him. Just going to charge. He takes 3 dice, and he hits on 3s. So he's a good hitter. And unfortunately, he missed with 2 hits. He does hit with 1. And this skelly doesn't have tough 3 or anything, but he does roll on the wound table, +1. He rolls a 3 + 4, meaning the skelly is now stunned. Yeah, maybe he should have shot him with the pistol. He should have shot him with the pistol, but all right. So that was his decision, and now that marks him off. And Skelly cannot do anything for the rest of this round. Okay. Now, Misha has already moved. She can't move. Now we're going to this battle before this round ends, and then we go to round 4. And guys, I think I can win this right in round 4. I think I can. Okay. And I better, because if I don't, things are going to happen. I mean, Vlad could move in and do one of those powerful spells, take her out, game over. But I think I can win this. All right, so let's take care of the infantrymen and the skellies. And I left that little skull and crossbones there to represent the dead guardsman. Guardsman skelly, by the way. Okay, so now we have 2 skellies versus 2 infantrymen. So 2 dice. And because Vlad already went there, the last ones, I don't have to roll. I just get them going. So skellies have 5 and 5, so they need 5s. Come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. 5 and 2, they do hit once. All right, so my infantrymen have to roll a dice, and they block with a 5, so they're not the greatest. Oh, 1 hit. That is 1 guardsman out. But before he goes out, well, all right, I'll just, usually like when I play with Julie, I let her kind of get a hit in before he dies. All right, I'm not going to do that with this one, but usually I do that in case you guys have noticed. So basically, the infantryman is going to retaliate with 1 dice. He rolls a 5, and he rolls a 5, and he does hit it. He does. All right, let's see if Skelly... Now, Skellies do have regen, and I think I forgot that the other time, and very bad of me, very bad of me. But it's only the first game, so I'll rectify that in the next game. All right, so Skelly Guardsmen and Skellies do have regen. All right. Actually, I don't think regular Skellies have regen. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. That's right. It's the Guardsman Skelly that has the regeneration, not the regular Skellies. I'll have to check that, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. Okay, so retaliation, and this is his first time. I'm sorry, block 5 plus. I am all confused. All right, so Skelly rolls a 3. He does not block. So 1 Skelly down. It is now 1 infantryman. Boy, these guys have been like, you know, fighting each other constantly, like hitting each other and wiping each other out. So I'm going to just put a few skull and crossbones just to be dramatic. All right, so basically that's that. And no regen for the Skellies. However, if the game goes on for round 4, which I doubt it, if it does, and that Skelly dies, that whole unit could come back. Vlad could summon that unit again. But we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so let's separate these. Okay, separate them. And that is it. 1-on-1. Round 3 is over. Round 4. And guys, that is it for round 4. This game is now over. And let us dramatize it, because this little lady is saying the hell with this. And she takes a rush action. And right through the damn gate, all the way through the other side. Let us see her triumphantly run out. Dun, 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 right into the 18-inch safe zone. We're only playing 4 rounds, so I'm going to end it right here. And no undead can go through the gate anyway, so it is over. Misha has won, but you know what? It was a close call. You know, she was knocked out by Vlad, and definitely a close call. I mean, if I had made certain decisions certain ways, Misha might have not made it. Now, the game is not terribly hard, okay? And that's good, because it's the first game, and we kind of want Misha to escape. But we're going to see in the second game. I'm very curious to see how difficult these missions get. And remember, folks, this game is meant for a 2-player. It's meant for large table. It's more like two armies of 750 points. The armies are not that big, but I'm playing this as a very small skirmish Age of Fantasy skirmish, Darkness Within campaign. So my armies are going to be smaller, and that's the way I like it. But for solo game, this is great. Now, if I play with Julie, who knows? Maybe we can play larger armies and then do it that way. Okay? But for solo, I think this works great, and it's very manageable. All right, folks. Well, very good, very interesting narrative game. And now, stay tuned. In the next video, we're going to do mission 2, and we're going to continue this campaign for a little while. And unless people are really into it, then I will continue it as far as we can go. There's a lot of scenarios, so I'm not sure how, it really depends on you guys, on what you guys want to see. If you want to see it, I'll put in as many scenarios as possible. I do like to change my solo games from time to time. But this is a fun game, a very fun game, and it's one-page rules. It's great. All right, folks, thank you very much, and got to use my makeshift mat, and who knows, maybe the future scenarios will require me to make more mats. So stay tuned for more mat making projects. All right, folks, thank you very much. We'll talk very soon. Bye now.